For those attending in person in the seat, please sign the register at the rear of the room and turn off any devices that may be a distraction. To minimize feedback in the audio, all online participants in the meeting will be muted until it is their opportunity to speak. Planning commissioners should unmute themselves to indicate that they would like to speak. Please be sure to state your name at the beginning of your remarks for the benefit of the clerk. There will be an opportunity for members of the public to provide comments. When your name is called, you will be unmuted when it is your turn to speak. Please wait until the chair calls on you to begin speaking. State your name at the beginning of your comments and adhere to the time limits. If anyone has difficulties or is watching via HTV and would like to provide comments to be included in the record for the local government hearing, please email them to planner@plancom.org. Those of you who are not familiar with our process, the meeting will be conducted as follows. The agenda item will be introduced. Staff will give their presentation with a 15-minute time limit. Members of the public may address the Planning Commission when recognized by the chairman. Public comment will be heard for 3 minutes per person. Planning commissioners will then ask questions. Public comment will be closed. Then upon a motion, a second, and discussion, a vote will be taken. With that, I'd like to ask the clerk to please go ahead and call roll.
Bowden,
Here.
Cardenas, Rona,
Here.
Jameson,
Here.
Kugler, Linkos,
Here.
Sieben, Lauk,
Here.
Sink,
Here.
Orton,
Here.
Barry,
Here.
Joseph.
Here.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. All right. First and only item is item 2A, City of Tampa Redistricting 2026, and the presenter is Yasser Gonzalez.
This is Yasser Gonzalez, Planning Commission staff. Item 2A. This is an action item. The title of the item is City of Tampa Redistricting, second and final public hearing. You've seen this presentation before. We just added a couple slides related to staff recommendation, and also we wrapped up some pending items such as the online preference form results. But we're going to again give you the final results. This is the agenda. We're going to give you a brief timeline of the project. Why are we upsetting all these people? Equal population. We're going to show you the alternatives. The outreach effort, we're going to try to describe the comprehensive outreach effort. We're going to give the survey results, the staff recommendation, and any remaining deadlines. These deadlines do not apply to you. It applies to staff and the supervisor of relations office. So we started in October 2025. We're now in March, second and final public hearing. The remaining items are the proclamation by the supervisor of elections after your approval of one of the alternatives. And we go back to the city of Tampa to inform them of the new boundaries. Why? Why are we redistricting? We do it every 4 years because it's required by law. There's laws of Florida, but there are also 2 specific sections within the city charter for the city of Tampa. Sections 2.01 and 8.03 specifically address this process. It is required every 4 years. The next election is March 2nd, 2027. So about a year before each election, we'll be in front of you, or somebody here will be in front of you, giving you the ability to approve one of the alternatives. And of course, being a demographer, 20,000 people have moved to Florida since 2020. So again, a bit of rearrangement of the furniture, if you will, is needed. Equal population is our guiding principle. We follow the U.S. Constitution. We follow Supreme Court cases. We do not take into account voting age population to make a redistricting decision or population by race. We are sensitive to concerns within Tampa residents of, again, minority representation in city council. So we are sensitive to that, but our alternatives reflect the equal population principle. We use something called range as a percentage of the mean. It's a fancy term, which we call shortened to the range. It expresses a percentage. But again, what we need to do is reduce that percentage from whatever it is now, around 8 point something, to 5%. And we use the latest and greatest census product as of the time of the project, when the project started, which was the American Community Survey 2023, 5 years. Again, we are trying to reduce that range from 8.36 to 5 to or less than 5. So we're moving the precinct from the most populous council district, which is Council District 7, according to census data, to the least populous council district, which is Council District 5, again, according to census data. We only have a finite number of moves. We discussed it with y'all in a workshop back in October of 2025. There are legal limitations, physical limitations, temporal limitations, you name it. So again, this is a very complicated, play that we have to do in order to come up with the alternatives. And we came up with 4. So for those at home, and for those of you that may not be familiar with, the council districts in Tampa, there are actually 7 council seats, but only 4 of those are tied to a geography. You start with Council District 4, which covers South Tampa. Then you move east to Council District 5. And, if you go west towards the airport and West Shore, you're in Council District 6. And the USF and New Tampa area are covered by Council District 7. Again, most populous, according to census data, is Council District 7, and the least populous is Council District 5. So our goal is to move some precincts. We move the whole voting precinct from Council District 7 to Council District 5 in order to reduce the range from 8.36% to less than 5. This table, you've seen it before, tons of numbers, but only a couple of insights from here. First of all, you see the range is 8.36% right there in red. Every alternative that we've proposed reduces that to less than 5. So they're all valid from that perspective. Now, if you want to do the math in your head, for those of you that are more number inclined, it's about 101,000 people per council district. So when we move forward 5,000 people, we're moving a couple percentage points. Again, if you want to do the math. So we're going to go quickly over the alternatives. Again, you've seen this before in the previous month, and also you saw that in January. The first alternative moves 3 precincts, 151, 169, and 342. 151 moves from Council District 6 to Council District 4. 169 moves from Council District 5 to Council District 6, and 342 moves from Council District 7 to Council District 5. And here's a map. Here's a table that once we make those 3 moves, we reduce it we obtain our lowest range at 1.9%. So we come from 8 to 1.9. So again, it passes less than 5. It passes the validity test. These are the map. This is the map, the first close-up map. So you can see 342 is north, is north of Bush Boulevard there, and so it's in the northern part of Council District 5. 169 is around Cypress Street there, and 151 is it kind of reaches out from Council District 6. So we've been meaning to fix this alternative for a while, but again, it's something that again there's all trade-offs. This is what it looks like when you zoom out, so that you can give you a kind of whole city picture. Okay. The second alternative is the simplest alternative. Only 1 precinct. This is the least disruptive alternative. 345 moves from Council District 7, which we told you is the most populous council district, to Council District 5, which again, according to census data, is the least populous, moving around 5% or 4% there, 5,000 people. That's what we're moving. And when you do that, Council District 5 becomes the most populous right away. And the range is reduced to 3.97. So you shave up around 4% of the range, which is great. And again, only 1 precinct, you can see it there. It's also north of the current Council District 5 boundaries. It's around, north of Bush Boulevard, between 30th and 15th there for those of you that are, city residents. So this is a zooming out alternative 2. Quickly, alternative 3. We're moving 3 precincts here, but as I said before, cannot 2, and I'll show you in the map, 249 and 250 cannot go together. They are the Forest Hills neighborhood. They move from Council District 7 to Council District 6. Because you move to Council District 6, now you need to give up a precinct, and that will be 320, which goes from Council District 6 to Council District 5. And again, it reduces to the second highest range at 3.78. So again, 249 and 250, you've seen them before. They are the oddly shaped because the city boundary is right there. And then also again the Forest Hills neighborhoods. So again, those two gotta come together. And 320, of course, once you load up this Council District 6, it needs to give up precinct, and it gives up precinct 320. This is when you zoom out. Lastly, alternative 4, 3 precincts, 141, 207, and 345 are all moving under this alternative. 141 moves from Council District 6 to Council District 4, 207 from 5 to 6, and 345. Yes, you've heard that right. That's also from alternative 2. It's the same precinct moving from 7 to 5. But because we're moving more precincts along with 345, we obtain the second lowest range at 1.95%. This is what it looks like, the close-up map. Again, 345 is north of Bush Boulevard and between 15th and 30th there. Then 207 is north of Main Street and around Armenia there. And then 141 is around, Swan, Morrison, Kennedy Boulevard. We deployed a comprehensive outreach strategy. Letters were sent to stakeholders, council members, NAACP, Hispanic Services Council. Briefings were provided to council members individually and collectively, and they helped us by amplifying this and putting them, blasting them in the newsletter. So people that would have subscribed to the newsletter saw this. Over 3,000 emails target directly to high frequency voters, neighborhood associations, and political parties. If you had a presence in Hillsborough County as a political party, we were able to find you. We send you an email letting you know. Nearly 1,700 projects, site visits, 170 completed preference forms. Alternative 2 is the most preferred once you do the weighting and everything. 6 public open houses. These are not required by law. Only 2 things are required by law, which is the 2 hearings. The open houses, we follow a tradition of engaging the public, and we have always done at least 6 of them. So this is the second time I'm doing this, and we've done 6. Over 100 participants. We were blessed to have a lot of people really interested in this. More than 3,000 impressions through social media. So we actually paid ads. So if you were within a mile, if you had your location on and crossed within a mile of one of these precincts, you were targeted. And you were looking at IG, or you're looking at Facebook, or you're looking at LinkedIn, you were targeted for the social media ads. So that's what happened. We had to advertise legally. This hearing was advertised legally in 3 newspapers, and so were the previous one. We are also several print and televised media interviews. We have benefited tremendously from the controversies surrounding the district. We were able to harness that for good in order to get people interested in this. And again, we were also invited to a number of community organization meetings, such as Good Trouble Tampa, West Tampa CDC, etc. Public ranking alternatives. Once again, for those of you that may be newer, this is not a referendum. This is not an election. So these are just preference expressed for our staff, to take into account, and for you to take into account in your decision matrix. Now, the gray table there shows the actual votes. Then this is where we weighted. Why are we weighting these results? Because it's a preference. You could say, I would like alternative 2 is my most preferred. So I put 1 there. Then alternative 4 will be my second most preferred. That's why you have to weigh them out. When you do the calculations, and again, all the numbers are there for you to come up with the numbers in the chart, the alternative 2 is by far the most preferred, that either rank second or first most consistently. Recommendations. We are keeping it simple this year. Precinct 345, alternative 2, is the only one that we're recommending for approval in front of this body. Why are we doing this? Because again, we've been telling you, Council District 7 is most populous. Council District 5 is least populous. So, and they have a border. Let's just move the precinct. And this precinct achieves the goal of reducing that range from 8 to less than 5%. So that's it. Least disruptive. We're with a lot of upheaval right now. So we want to keep things calm and keep going. Now, the other thing is that people love this alternative. They consistently ranked it highest, and also we receive people. You saw the gentle lady here last time giving, saying that she wanted this option to go forward and to be approved. And with all the comments we receive are positive. We receive no negative comments in terms of 345. All the other alternative we have received pluses and minuses in terms of comments. So again, this is what it does. 3.97. This is the table. You've seen this is the second time you see this table now. Again, the map. Again, 345 from Council District 7 to Council District 5. Just moving there. And this is when you move up again. This affects the least amount of people. So again, if you are a voter going to precinct 345, you're going to continue to vote in the same place. All you're going to see is that the council members in which you're going to be voting come March 2027 are going to be different than the last time you voted. Next key dates. These dates do not apply to you. This is your last date. It is your final hearing. So this applies to staff and supervisor elections. By April 1st, we need to have the proclamation in the supervisor elections. We have Ms. Kramer here to answer any questions if need be. And in September is where we need to go before September 3rd to the city of Tampa to give them a an update. That's it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. We had a couple people sign up in the public comment for this one. So I will start with the one individual who signed up virtually. Is Michael Randolph on the line?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Thank you so much. My name is Michael Randolph, and I'm speaking on behalf of the West Tampa Community Development Corporation. As we approach the upcoming redistricting vote, our community is unified behind one conclusion. Alternate 2 is the only map that protects political power, black power, while maintaining every legal requirement. Alternate 2 makes the smallest change possible, moving this one precinct 345 to Temple Terrace. It does not touch West Tampa or East Tampa. It does not split the Beulah Baptist community, one of the strongest black voting blocs in the city. It keeps the David Barksdale Senior Center voters together, preserving trusted relationship with council representatives. And it keeps churches unified instead of scattering congregations across multiple districts. Alternate 1, 3, and 4 moves 3 districts. Alternate 1 splits the borough community across 3 districts. Alternate 3 disrupts the Latino and Black coalition. Alternate 4 uproots more than 10,000 residents and move reliable Black seniors from the Barksdale Center. It's why we think alternate 2, which earned the most votes, is the best option. Residents from West Tampa, East Tampa, and Temple Terrace agree. This map keeps up the community whole, stable, and representative. And finally, alternate 2 also has a positive impact on District 4 through 7. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Next up, we have 3 individuals in person, and I will start with Rashima McCoy.
Good evening. My name is Reshma McCoy, and I'm in the Sulphur Springs area, and I also sit on the Sulphur Spring Board of the Action League. And we are in favor of option 2, alternative 2. So I'm not going to keep your time up too much. We just want to keep it simple. We also welcome Precinct 345. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Fran Tate.
Good afternoon, board members. Good evening. I am Fran Tate, and I'm happy to be here this evening. I see familiar faces in the room, and I want to thank you also very much for your presentations. I know it took a lot of time and effort, a lot of your evenings spent coming out and explaining all of the maps to us. We had a lot of questions, very intense, and I know it wasn't easy, but we really want to understand everything about the maps and redistricting, because to some of us, it was the very first time we participated in such a very, very important decision in our neighborhoods. So I am Fran Tate, and I am the founder and the president of Jackson Heights Neighborhood Association. I started with a community crime watch over 20 years ago in Jackson Heights, and it took off and it just kept growing and growing, and it developed into a neighborhood association. We are 35 homeowners and their families, and we're very, very active in the community. We've even won several awards through the county and the city, and we just appreciate everyone so very much for recognizing us. We're very active at city council and the school board. We've even come to the county meetings sometimes. Tonight, I just want to talk about the redistricting maps. We came to the meeting that was at the city center, and we studied and we asked a lot of questions. And my members and several other members in the room were concerned about. They were concerned about Beulah Baptist, and they were concerned about the upcoming museum that I think Commissioner Myers is trying to construct over in the West Tampa area. So we decided that alternate map number 2, I think it's alternate map number 2, was the one that we decided was the best map. Even though when I look at some of the math on here, I thought maybe we were losing some of our voting power, but I side along with the majority of the community because I am the president, but I represent the community that voted me into my seat. And that is what they decided that they want to go along with map number 2. And also First Church of God, we welcome them into the district. And we just want to enjoy everything and want to work with everybody, and we want to train everybody and activate everybody to get out and vote, please. Thank you so very much for your time. I am Fran Tate.
Thank you. All right. Last but not least, we have Delphine Jones. Delphine.
Good afternoon. My name is Delphine Jones. I'm with West Tampa CAC Advisory Committee. Although I'm not represented in all of them, I also am a vice president of West Riverfront Crime Watch Group. So my area is right by the University of Tampa. Beulah Baptist is in that area, First Baptist. And we want to keep that as a voting area because that's the most popular. I was concerned about East Tampa and West Tampa diminishing Black votes because Tampa's getting so heavily populated now. So it kind of, to do anything else but alternative 2 would diminish the Black votes in East Tampa and West Tampa, the highest populated of Black people in the area. Just pigging back off of what Michael Randolph explained. And that's it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Gonzalez. You get a 3-minute period for response if you wanted to say anything. No? All right. You said enough, huh? You're done. All right. I will turn it over to the commissioners then at this point for deliberations, questions, comments, thoughts on all of this. Commissioner Loud moving.
Just want to say compliments to staff on a job well done. I know it's a Herculean effort every few years when you take this up. So well done, well explained, and I appreciate it.
So that's a big kudos there. Commissioner Lauk was one who needed a little convincing at the start of this thing. So that's a slam dunk for you, yes, sir. Are there any other questions, thoughts, or comments from the commissioner? Commissioner Bowden.
Well, I want to commend the staff as well because I do move around the community where some of those changes were position or they would discuss it. And from your outreach and everything, I see that people feel a lot better about the the alternatives, and the actual final option 2 was the one that a lot of people actually see as the best choice. The minimum disruption and changes. So congratulations.
All right. I did have a quick question actually for you, sir, just a curiosity on my part. When we do this again next time, it's only if it goes above 5% do we have to make changes, right? If 4 years go by and none of them are above the 5% threshold, then we don't necessarily have to make changes again, correct?
We do still have to announce that, we did the calculations.
Right.
And then we just go and announce that,
There's no changes
we don't change
necessarily.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do have to go through the
Process,
yes.
yeah. Okay. All right. Any other comments, discussion items? Not seeing any, then I will close the public comment on this one and open it up to the commissioners for motions on this item. Commissioner Kona.
Yeah, motion to approve alternate map 2 as the approved City of Tampa redistricting map.
Commissioner Lau.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to approve alternative number 2 by Commissioner Kona, a second to that approval by Commissioner Lauk. Are there any comments, statements from the commissioners before we take our vote? And we'll all signify their agreement by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? That motion carries unanimously. All right, great work, Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you again. All right, and that is it for tonight.